Traders, for today's analysis, I decided to cover USD versus Japanese yen to update you about that one, and then about Australian versus US dollar, and we'll speak also about the gold market. I will start with the USD versus Japanese yen first. So, as I suggested in my previous forecast, it was basically a breakout trade to see if the price can basically back into the 110.5, 110.10 zone. And basically, if you check here, the price did exactly that. So, and then once we reach this area of consolidation for a few hours to this stage, we got a sell-off on this currency pair. So we got actually a big, probably will build outside day here. If we take the low, which we're very close to take 109.47. So that was a basically play for a one day and a half swing, and basically it played out pretty nicely based on this one. So there was like 45 to 50 pips move there, and now basically is nothing attractive there. Price just went from above the previous day high to the right now to testing the previous day low, so probably building some outside day. So it's not that great trade location for today's session. Speaking of the Australian dollar, to update you about this one, I mentioned that it was a very nice breakout and a good volume when the price was actually breaking like 2 days ago. And if you got like a 20 days balance process in a downside trending mode and you have a good volume in the breakout, you have a very high odds the price can do a good move, right? So I suggested the first downside target 0.7215. We reached that and we basically have a very good down day today. So I really don't see the reason why in the next days or so, speaking of the short term, we cannot see the test of the major, I will say, support based on the daily time frame. So basically that is October-November lows 2020, right? And we got that level around 0.7015. So there is a still short-term speaking, even another space for another 130, 140 pips before we reach a main pivot. If you're still holding this position, or if you scale half, you can basically trail that second part of your position, maybe probably towards this pivot low. And to just do analysis on the gold, we said there is a second leg in the play yesterday, and we exactly got that second leg. Price initially tested 1780, rejected the bid, and basically got almost towards the 1773. But now we see some buyers are active basically. Is this just a final confirmation of this completion of this downside correction, like a more complex ABC or not? We cannot say right now. That we have some demand here, but still, as I said, as long we are in this massive supply from the background, as long we don't take that 18 I will say 1800 level, there is a still chance for the downside. So this is a basically sideways to reach some downside targets, but right now I have some demand here. Nothing right now extremely tradable from my perspective, but definitely watch price action closely and how the price will behave around the previous day high and around the previous swing highs. That will be all for today. See you all tomorrow.